quarantine that somehow we've completely forgotten about.
Let's hope we don't see any outbreaks, but it's entirely possible.
How can we not?
Everyone's immune system is shot right now.
Hold on. Can we please, on the next episode, at least devote 15 to 20 minutes about talking about some of these like conspiracies?
Oh yeah,
bro. Like this is crazy. So like, you've got a global pandemic, which embarrassingly takes an outsized amount of lives in America. That story starts to heat up in a big way. People are like, yo, that guy's responsible for 100,000 dead fucking Americans. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you get the uprising of the fucking century that somehow pushes COVID so far back that the same people that were like, do not come within 6 feet of each other or you will die immediately, are in the streets standing next to people without masks on. Well, police officers or people in police outfits drop bricks off at corners for people to. What the fuck is going on, dude?
This is weird.
What the fuck is going on, dude? What is going on, dude?
Because here's the real problem. If there's a second outbreak, we're fucked, so fuckity fucked.
Yeah, the economy's in the garbage can at that point.
Economy's already going to go there, dude.
Oh, for sure.
Unemployment is higher than fucking it will ever be. We're a messy situation, but I don't.
Because here's what's fascinating. If we make it past this global uprising and everyone's A-okay and there ain't that many spikes in the COVID cases,
then what?
Does that tell us something about COVID in the first
I don't
place?
know.
Like, where are we?
I don't know. Here's the thing, and this is why I wanted to bring up the conspiracy stuff. There are so many rungs that you can be on the understanding of dialogue, news coverage, media, and propaganda in this country. I like to assume that you and I or the three of us sit somewhere in the middle rungs. There are people at the very bottom whose eyes are completely closed to everything. They see a news cycle that changes and they're like, well, this is the big news today. But fail to understand how the news cycles are intertwined, or fail to believe when someone says, we have proof of MK Ultra. We have proof of this. We believe that stuff. Then there's a rung way above us of people who are actually pulling the levers on these fucking things. Yo, this is a lighthearted, just a example, an analogy. Yo, the president's under major trouble because of this COVID thing. We need something now that changes the discourse in this country, and the dialogue needs to go to something else. But what would be big enough? The death of a black man at the hands of police, who then, ended up in a strange ambulance that was police officers instead of medics, who didn't try to revive him at all. They just took him away.
That happened?
Yes. And all of a sudden, you've got a 50-city burn down and a dialogue that completely doesn't distract from COVID. It erases it. COVID does not exist anymore in this country.
I wish I could call you crazy so bad
No,
mate. I just can't.
I am not. I have no evidence. I have no reason to believe it. I have nothing whatsoever. All I'm saying is, whether it's to talk about it for fun, and we do that because I know there's people out there who love to listen to it, some of the shit sometimes just gets a little fucking wacky, bro.
It's just everything you said is true. It makes no sense. We just want to get the story. What happened here? Where's the truth? Why?
Yeah, and it's fair to say that we definitely don't know where it's coming from, so you can't assume.
No, of course.
I'm not,
like I said, it could be anybody. Trump may have done a better job than who really knows. And people will be like, oh, well, what about the stuff you're seeing on the news? You can't believe anything anymore, dude.
Also watching that documentary, The 13th on Netflix, made me realize like how smart the people at the top are. They are extreme.
They're top rung.
Beyond comprehension smart. And they know how to manipulate a narrative a certain way to, again, further their agenda.
So yeah, definitely be conscious of dogmatic thought in that regard. You need
to define dogmatic, and here's why. I love words. Mm-hmm. Since high school, I've never been able to wrap my head around
dogma,
like fully the idea of dogma.
Sure, pull up.
I have thousands of times. Yeah. I even like but like dogmatic thought. Elaborate,
or just
inclined to lay down principles as incontrovertibly true.
Meaning there is only one truth, and anything opposing that is wrong.
Yeah.
Which is, as we know, completely false. At one point, we believed that the sun revolved around the earth. That was a dogmatic thought. And eventually, the tides turned and the world flipped.
And it depends on whose school of belief you listen to. Both Aristotle and Plato have very different thought patterns on this kind of stuff. But like, for example, are you breathing oxygen right now?
Technically, yes.
But
it's
dogmatically, yes.
Air is a mixture of lots of different gases.
But is oxygen a part of it?
Yeah.
Can you say that without any shadow of doubt whatsoever?
Using scientific research, yes, I can.
Okay,
reasonably argue that I'm breathing oxygen
there are
in
philosophers that are assigned to a certain school of thought who would say that scientific research is irrelevant. It's not the so it all.
That doesn't help anything. That
no,
doesn't
I know.
Get any answers. What I'm trying to say is be cautious of the information you ingest so that you don't necessarily believe that one specific thing that you see on the news or in someone's social media post or in something is true.